In today's video, I'm going to be sharing with you the best at-home exercise to stop early extension. That is losing posture on the downswing, a fault that many golfers struggle with. Make sure you check this video out to find out how. Welcome back to the TruGolf Academy. You've joined me, Jon Watts, today in my back garden. If you haven't seen one of these videos before, I'm filming lots of at-home exercises. I hope you're keeping safe from the coronavirus. That's why I'm in my garden filming these videos. We're all self-isolating, all staying at home a lot more, trying to stay away from this horrible virus. But it's a great time to be spending a bit of time in the house or in the garden working on your golf swing. So I'm sharing with you YouTube videos, 2 to 3 a week, showing you some great at-home exercises, and also on my social media channels, and all the info's coming on the bottom of the screen here for you. I'm putting some daily videos out there, a little bit shorter, a little bit quicker, but again, still showing you some great at-home drills that you can do to work on a number of different things. And today's video, as I mentioned, is all to do with early extension. That's why I have a stool here. So all you need really for this is an office chair, swivel chair, back of a kitchen stool like this, anything that you can stick your backside against effectively. If you were doing it against the side of the house, not hitting golf balls, I would use something a bit wider than hips, like a gym ball, core sit-up ball, or a beach ball, as long as it's wider than hips. And if your bum or the ball was against the wall, your backside would be touching that. It's just something to make sure you're keeping your backside against it. The benefit of, if you're hitting some shots, whether it's airflow balls, if you don't have a net set up like this, the benefit of having something that swivels is it will actually move with you. Okay, so the idea with this is, as my trail hip, that is my one that's furthest away from the target, turns behind me here, I'll also be turning the chair or the stool with me as my hips recenter at the start of the downswing. Okay, so coming back to about parallel to my target line, the back of the chair, the stool will again recenter, and as my left hip, my lead hip closest to the target, starts to rotate, I should be again being able to turn, spin this stool. So it's a fantastic exercise to give you some real feedback. Let me jump into hitting a couple of shots for you, and then we'll talk a little bit what early extension really causes, the faults that we see with it. So this is all about keeping your tailbone behind you. And what we're trying to do is get your right hip on the line, both bum cheeks on the line, left hip, left bum cheek into the line. So I'm just going to go ahead, luckily enough with this net setup, that I can hit a couple for you. And I'll just show you these couple of swings, really focusing on my tailbone. So initially, first one, just take the pace out of it. By all means, you can then build it up, but get this back in place. Bum just resting against it. Felt very, very solid. Just still going, you know, maybe that was 70–75%. You build it up by all means, but start slow whenever you're trying a drill, an exercise. One more. So picked up the pace a little bit there with that, but really got the sensation that my hips were applying some pressure to the stool and starting to create some rotation, which is exactly what I want to see. So early extension is really, you guessed it, where we're losing posture, where our backside is moving forwards towards the golf ball. And that causes a number of problems. If our backside's moving forwards, our hands will generally move forwards away from their original position. So they might well start there, but by the time my backside's moved forwards, my hands have moved forwards, and I'm more likely to hit the ball out the socket of the golf club, so out of that inside edge. And unfortunately, those shank shots are really destructive. They're going to shoot straight off right with, and probably take out my shed with an iron here. Terrible shots. With a wood, you might get away with it a little bit more. They'll tend to go low left, but you still won't get much of a flight on them. But hitting it out of the hosel or socket, I was going to say, stuck between two different wards, is a very destructive golf shot that we want to stop. And what I see is compensations, and it's strange how well we compensate. It's when someone's going this way, the hips are going forwards towards the golf ball, their compensation will often be their head to come back. And you know, they might time it. They might get the bum moving in the same amount their head moves back, and they'll end up in quite a cramped postural position here. They'll tend to get higher hands through impact. They're leaking and losing speed and power. They're not really delivering the golf club as we want it to be. If we can get the club to deliver back to the ball in a similar shaft angle to where it's set up, we are going to go a little bit higher. What we don't want to do is be getting very high hands here where we're creating a lot of twist around that golf club. Very destructive, very hard to control that club face position. So simply doing some drills with that chair, that stand, that stool behind you is going to be great. And then just go ahead and make some swings, focusing or feeling like you've still got your backside on the line. So really getting that feeling that we are maintaining posture. And if we can do that, it's definitely going to improve your quality of contact. And I know that's going to make you play some better golf. If you have enjoyed this video, make sure you hit the thumbs up and do consider subscribing to my channel for free to get at least 2 instructional videos a week. At the minute, as I said, focus very much about at-home exercises to really help you guys.